Hey, this is Madalyn Sklar.
And Suze Cooper, and you're listening to All Things Audio. I want to bring Cindy Lou in here, just giving you the mic there. I know that you are an avid user of Clubhouse. I'd like to actually know how you feel about the changeover to chats and whether you think the atmosphere over there, are people getting used to it? Are you getting different users, new users on board, or are the people that used to use the app still hanging around? Those kind of things. And hello, how are you?
Hi, hello. I'm fine. I wanted to come up because as Morgan was sharing his trip to Sevilla, it just reminded me of the new voices that we are hearing over on Clubhouse, and a lot of the chats are opening it up for that. I also believe that the people who are going to stay on Clubhouse are the people who have built genuine relationships. And I've helped a few clubs build really large followings, and those people also had personal large followings. And they've made their house with their followers. When used correctly, that house is going to be amazing. I held a room, not correctly, but when used in a way that's productive, I guess, and that produces um, more connection and more relationship. It's amazing. I held a room in my house last night, just a spontaneous, just opened it up because I had built 14,000 followers. And as I was sharing, I had people coming in from all the different streams of communities that I had connected with over the last 2.5, 3 years. There's such a big opportunity to connect to the people who have chosen to voice that I think that those who got frustrated and left too quickly have really kind of like missed the diamonds in the backyard, that they're right there. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Oh, that's really interesting. So really what you're saying is, people need to stick with this and kind of shift their mindset a bit, but then it can open up a whole realm of what they're really after. They want this connection. They want these deeper connections. We're hearing Morgan there saying, he's having, voice conversations with people in the DMs and wider friends of friends, etc. That is all still there for them, right? It's just a different way of getting to it.
Exactly. And the ability to do your live rooms is still there. The ability to have the asynchronous chat so that you can actually sleep and take your break and, take a break and live your life, which is what is happening. We're no longer in the lockdown period of our living. We are out and about, and we don't have hours to sit on Clubhouse and just Clubhouse. So, yeah, it's been a really good shift for me personally, too.
Yeah, just to quickly add to that, there's no way that I would have had a week in Sevilla with my mother and I would have taken an hour or two out to do a live room. But I was able to contribute and share and connect with people throughout that in these little bursts. So that wouldn't have worked as live, but did work as async.
Yeah, I have seen two trends over on Clubhouse with the asynchronous chats. One has been that voices that have never been heard before are being heard. They have the opportunity to speak. They feel like they have the ability to do that. They're not intimidated. A lot of people who have never spoken before are starting to speak. And number two, people who had left the app are coming back and really enjoying the asynchronous chats. So those are two trends that I've seen.
A big thank you to our sponsors, Zealous.
Yes, we love Zealous. You'll have heard us talk about them multiple times here on the podcast in the space because Suze and I use it. We actually use this tool all the time. Suze, you're always creating these great audiograms after our space. They come out so good. I love playing with this tool, and they're always adding new features. So we're really excited to welcome them on board as a sponsor. We definitely urge you all to check it out and give it a spin yourself and see what you think. There is a free trial. Just go to allthingsaudiopodcast.com/zealous. What I'd like to do is just finish with a great question that Gerald put into the chat and end it there. He asked, Google Podcast discontinuing in 2024, how big of a concern is it to the podcasters? And we've talked about this here in previous weeks. And as a podcaster, it doesn't really bother me at all. I mean, yes, I want as many places out there for people to consume our podcasts. But at the end of the day, it's being discontinued for a reason. I don't really know a whole lot of people that use it. I know if you're an Android user, that's really the main ones that use it, but there's so many other options. So it doesn't really bother me. There's so many options available today to consume podcasts. Suze, what's your thought on that? Is it a concern to you at all?
I think from a host point of view, they've been driving it into the ground for the last 18 months. So it's been pretty much become null and void anyway. It's hardly worth bothering with. It doesn't really give you the information that you need. It's not kind of accessible. It's easy to distribute it via whatever your podcast host is, because it's just another click of the button and send it through, and it's Google, so why wouldn't you? But in all honesty, they have left it to rot because they had these plans with YouTube. So I don't think they've got to the point where no one's going to miss it, right? But whether or not bundling in podcasts with YouTube Music is a good move, whether or not, video podcasts are really going to overtake audio or anything like that they might be thinking for YouTube, I don't know. But Google, they'll start a thing, try a thing, chuck a thing out the window, and this is just the latest one. So I think personally, as someone who manages a portfolio of different podcasts, it won't make any difference to us. I'm sure once it's easy to zip things up on YouTube Music, that will be somewhere that we'll put our podcasts as well. At the moment, it's not even available over here on the UK, so we can't even try it out. But I think, that they knew what they were doing. They just basically left it to one side and ignored it to the point that it's useless anyway, to be quite honest.
Well said. And we're available in all of your favorite podcast apps. We're out there, All Things Audio. You can also go to allthingsaudiopodcast.com as well.
You certainly can. And you can catch us here on Twitter and use the hashtag AllThingsAudio, and we'll pick that up throughout the week. So that's it for this week. But thank you so much to everyone that's been here in the space with us and those of you listening. And we'll catch up with you next week.
Bye, everybody.